Let's talk acoustic bass, also known as double bass. Here's a quick anatomy lesson. You have the bridge, the fingerboard, the strings. You have the tuning keys, the end pin, and finally, I have a bow to play it. Double bass is the lowest string instrument in an orchestra. Most of the time, it plays a supporting role to the melody. Today, I would rather talk about its solo repertoire because double bass melodies are rather unknown to the public. It begins with the fact that double bass is widely misunderstood by audience members and even conductors. It might look like a big violin, but it uses fairly different techniques because of its size. Gary Carr, a professional double bassist, talks about this issue in his article published in Estrade, Too Few Conductors Understand Their Double Bass Section. The main idea of this article is how people assume they know double bass based on their knowledge of violin or cello. Gary Carr gives an example of a wrong critique a conductor gave him. He was asked to use more bow in quick passages. I can confidently agree with Gary that this conductor was wrong, as using too much bow can sound quite rough, and it does not even make the notes louder. Why does it matter if people get it wrong? Well, it is important not to fall for misinformation. We need the best understanding of double bass if we want to dive into its solo work, as the point of any solo is to highlight an instrument's very own techniques. You cannot listen to a bass solo and expect it to sound like violin or cello. This is a completely different instrument, so it has its own quirks. For instance, if you listen to a solo, you might hear a lot of harmonics and chords. Harmonics exist on every string instrument. They happen when a note is lightly touched and it results in a very high-pitched note. For double bass, it helps us to reach high notes with no difficulties. As for chords, we have a technique to play them fast in every tones using harmonics and composition. With your newfound knowledge of this beautiful instrument, you might be thrilled to go see us in a solo performance. Well, you'll go see your local concert hall and you'll realize that nothing is programmed. This is because double bass recitals are very much underappreciated. Why is that? We have some answers in an article published in the Double Bass HQ called The Solo Double Bass, Pride or Prejudice. Barry Green brings up a point. Most of the traditional solo pieces for double bass only serve an educational function. We learn them to learn a technique or to learn musicality. But audiences tend to find these pieces boring and even unpleasant to listen to. That's why you never see Koussevitzky or Dragonidi being played at your local concert hall, as there is no demand for it. Nonetheless, Barry Green does say that many bassists have found successful careers as soloists. According to him, their key to success were to have perfect techniques and play what their audiences wanted to hear. Contemporary compositions and arrangements seems to be where double bass can shine the best, according to the public. To conclude, double bass can shine as a solo instrument if the player has mastered their techniques and can captivate their audience.